and Fairy Pete linking up so much in their series yesterday, and K-Dop on his little player cam had an unbelievable amount of fire. And I am so excited to see how this matchup ends up going down. The fact that BDS versus Vitality has returned to 50-50 again makes me incredibly happy and excited for what we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, it's a good sign for the team in orange right now as Fairy Pig pushes this one into the blue half of the map. A good sign that they're coming back one way or another. It doesn't matter how they're doing it. They are continuing to keep their foot on the accelerator. And he said that K-Dop was putting out all the starting fires, but he looks like he's putting them out with that car, still using the fire truck red. Odd to see him outside of his Vitality overlay on his car, but hey, it's the new him.
And respect, because he's looked absolutely fantastic. I've been, as I said, so incredibly impressed with how much work he's been putting in. I was one of his harshest critics. Like, I was really going in on K-Dop because I wasn't impressed. And now, looking at how they performed through the group of death yesterday and throughout day 0 as well, they looked amazing. And Fairy Peak starting off the scoring.
One man you can rely to pop up when he's needed is Fairy Peak. Alpha got the 50-50, and then Fairy Peak beating his opponent, I think it was Monkey Moon, to the ball right there. I don't know how many times you see that throughout an entire season. Monkey Moon being beaten all ends up, but Fairy Peak had a decent finish for himself in the end there to get the early goal in the Batmobile, and it's 1-0 Vitality.
It's a chance again for Fairy Pete to get another goal with the flip reset. We'll just find it above the crossbar. Alpha with an immediate attack. Extra will save it away and then continue to push down the other side of the field. Leaves it for Mark to fly in. All of BDS using their classic cars today as well. I didn't even see Mark by 8's nameplate. I just saw his incredibly bright pink and green and blue mobile.
It is beautiful, but BDS are trying one or two clever little touches. The Vitality are just reading and following down. Earlier on, there was one when they were in defense, and it got past 2 Vitality players, a sort of soft fake. But Alpha knew exactly what was coming in. After that, the BDS are... Well, that is why when you're Team BDS, you keep on making those touches.
Look at that touchdown. Monkey Moon to Extra. Dead on the floor. Stops it. Pixel perfect play. Extra with the equalizer. A little bit flashier than Fairy Peaks, but they all count for 1.
Yeah, Vitality weren't fooled the first time, but the second time, oh my goodness, they were by Extra. What a touch that was. Stopping it dead. And a great start to this game. Fairy Peak could score a second for Vitality. It's saved by Mark by 8. What you can do is go long, though. K-Dop's going to get them going again. It's closed down by Mark by 8, who's so involved early on in proceedings. Boosted at this point, so Extra's coming in. A shot that's saved by K-Dop. BDS now on top.
There's been quite a lot of aggression coming up from Vitality so far when a shot is finding its way towards the net. Nice link up in the air. It does tend to come down to usually Fairy Peak, by the looks of things, going for a very awkward bumper tap to try and clear away any of the defenders. But Extra will take over on that ball with 0 boost, though. Alpha will handily beat him to it and carry on. But as he finds himself with 0, the possession falls back to BDS. It is back and forth, drops down. K-Dop with a long shot, but Extra on that back line can just send it into the orange half.
BDS starting to build on what they already had. The Mob by 8 shoots, this should be going in. I was going to say earlier on that Vitality aren't being outpaced, but all it takes is one clean touch and BDS take the lead.
Now, we were both saying earlier on that we think Vitality have got this because of how BDS looked against Guild. Guild aren't BDS's biggest predator. The main team that is coming for the BDS title is Vitality. And in hindsight, I feel like we should have known that BDS wouldn't possibly just let a win go Vitality's way unless Vitality really took them apart.
You're right, they don't want to give away any wins. They've won the last 5 series against Vitality. Every single time they do it, it makes it that little bit harder going forward when the real money is on the line. A ridiculous amount. So much consistency against Team Vitality, and we're seeing here the reason why. As soon as they get going, Vitality struggle to deal with it, but K-Dop is coming in for a shot. Alpha's there in the corner, over the top of Extra. He should score here. Alpha does.
With an equalizer, Alpha takes full advantage of the misplay from Extra as he lands, not even awkwardly, just on that side wall. The ball just pops over him way too fast. It does have a blue trail, therefore Monkey Moon did get the final touch, giving it a bit more pace than Extra anticipated. And therefore, 2-2 going into the final. Oh God, why did I try and do the maths there?
Go on, you can do it, mate.
90 seconds? No, 110 seconds.
Yeah, close enough. Anyway, Fairy Peak is just about denied by Extra on the goal line there. Exactly when you're doing your maths. More chances were coming in, mate. It's fine, look, it's okay. We're going to move on, and we're going to watch Monkey Moon set up Extra potentially. K-Dot beats Extra there. Alpha's already up. Good attacking from Vitality. Monkey Moon, though. How has he done that? How has he saved it in the air, continued his air dribble, and pinched it to at least gain a little bit of territory for Team BDS's and Vitality back?
Oh, because he's really, really good at Rocket League.
That makes sense then.
Yeah, it's trick of the trade.
Alpha's not so bad himself, and he keeps this attack going until Fairy Peak decides to send it all the way back to Vitality half with an awkward touch. Monkey Moon shoots off the back of it, and it's Fairy Peak with the assist, it's got to be said.
With 3 players able to get the save here, none of them managed to get a single touch. That bounce incredibly fortuitous, but Monkey Moon, he was up so early and rockets it center of the net with BDS taking the lead with, I can do this one, 60.
Fairy Peak into the corner. But you hang your head in shame for a few seconds, all right? I'll do the talking. We're all good. Alpha's into the corner and he pinches it. Extra is there. It's okay. Stumpy's in tears. I can see his face cam right now, but we're all good. Mark by 8 towards the backboard, but that is going to be easily cleared by Fairy Peak. Has a mistake to make up for, but that touch is not the way. It's the corner it goes. K-Dop goes as long as he possibly can do. Still 30 seconds left for Vitality to come back. They haven't seemed outpaced consistently, but it's been in key moments where they haven't reached the ball as quickly.
Monkey Moon going hunting there to try and get the back defender, leaving Mark Bay with a full opening. As Monkey Moon goes up, does get the shot off. Final 20 seconds now. Vital for Vitality because BDS normally do get a slower start to their series. So if they win game 1, you're in trouble when they ramp up. But Fairy Peak takes the shot with the bump occurring in the net. He will be equalizing with only 16 seconds remaining.
It was K-Dop and Alpha both going hunting. K-Dop ended up getting his man marked by 8, and Fairy Peak does atone for his earlier mistake, meaning we have 3 goals each in game number 1. What a start to this upper bracket quarterfinal.
Absolute fire from both teams so far, as Monkey will catch it in the midfield. Overtime is probably going to be happening, but Extra will face off versus K-Dop in the midfield. Marmaye up solo, just him for it. Didn't set himself up well for the double tap, though, as Alpha clears it from the backboard. It will be let to drop by the BDS defenders. Overtime in game number 1.
Back and forth first game as well. Both teams going behind at one point. Both teams coming back. A couple of mistakes, a couple of outpaces. It leads to this moment for Monkey Moon into the corner. Mark by 8 tries to put it into the middle. Extra is there. Great touch from him. He has the double. Just a pocket of space and Extra gets it.
He got the flip reset, I believe, when he went up for this pass off Mark by 8. Look, he gets it there and then flicks into it to actually generate that power. Mark by 8 did get the demo. He could have got it without the flip reset, but when you can style on Vitality, you bet your bottom dollar the BDS are going to style on Vitality.
Stumpy, your maths is rubbish, but your ability to spot a flip reset from 100 paces is unmatched by absolutely anybody. Yeah, it was a good... We've had belief after game 1. Especially if Team BDS have won it, but it's not just going to turn into an absolute smashing by BDS against Team Vitality. This Team Vitality looks like they can take this one all the way, even if they go the second game down.
It's going to be a very, very rough situation if Vitality do end up going 2 games down, though, because one more and BDS will be winning it. It is, of course, a best of 5 today. So Monkey Moon can take it out of the backside. Sends it above Alpha, with Fairy Peak able to catch it. He takes it in front of the goal mouth. Monkey Moon removed K-Dop from the play, and the attack now for Extra. Was shooting so well in the last game, but Alpha keeps us even.
Mark by 8 keeps it going there. Monkey Moon is just waiting in the center, wanting the touch towards the middle. But it wasn't to be, so Alpha can come in. Been a little bit quiet so far as Alpha. Got an assist or 2 in the last game, but not really styling on BDS as we expect, though. K-Dop does about a million weird things and scores the first goal.
K-Dop is so red on brand today with that goal explosion too, but he gets a touch there.
Look at this.
Comes out to dish it back in. Extra nearly had that clear away as well.
The dish dunk. The rarely seen move, but it looked very good indeed. This is the new K-Dop, the confidence that he has, the speed that he had off that wall as well. We wouldn't have seen him doing that a few months ago. He definitely has stepped up so much, and that's a great example of it.
Yeah, he looks learned almost in these series now, which is I absolutely love to see. He's been one of the kings of Europe since Rocket League came out for that very reason.
He's almost set up another one there. Therapy with a snapshot that was saved by Extra. Get some more saves padded onto his stats, and now Therapy and Mark by 8 just watch each other. Therapy, of course, has to jump a little bit earlier on in the 1v1 situation in that Batmobile. Can't stay as flat as the Octane can because of the lower hitbox. But he played it well, of course he did. It's what Fairy Peak does. K-Dop clears long. Monkey Moon should be able to catch, and he does have a transition out wide. It's marked by 8. The pass is met. The double tap is available until it's blocked out by Alpha.
Extra taking a little pot shot on net, and so Fairy Peak can send it to the side, but with low boost, it will mean Extra stealing that mid-100 from him will be pretty devastating for the Vitality defense. K-Dop tries to just alleviate some of that pressure. Send it long. Fairy Peak managed to find some somewhere. So, Low once again sends it long into that back line. Vitality now will be scrambling for boost before the BDS barrage begins again.
Extra's coming forward, and BDS are just starting to grow into this second game now, despite being that 1 goal down. Extra surely is going to sink this one. He needs to be blocked by K-Dop. K-Dop does the first job, but they're coming forward again, Team BDS. Definitely have Vitality penned back right now, struggling for boost. 2 of them in their own goal line, charging the ball down. They love to do that. They're not scared of it, but it's still not good when you're against Team BDS. But Fairy Peak, what a read against Extra's shot that was.
Absolutely perfect with the angle there. Has to go up early. Leaves K-Dop waiting in the net. So we'll get that clear away. Fairy Peak this time taking the shot on target as well. But Monkey Moon will be able to be alpha to this ball. He does also get that back 100 boost. Nobody up. BDS can capitalize.
Vitality had to hold out for as long as they possibly could, but finally 1 clean touch for Extra via the mark by 8 assist.
One up.
And it's not going to be, they're spending so much time in their own goal line that eventually that backboard becomes a real area of weakness that Extra makes the most of. And this second game has just started to look a little bit more like a traditional Team BDS Vitality game, where Team BDS are just faster.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of their chances to get the shots off as well, which is making sure that Vitality, when they do have the ball flying towards their own net, it's not just about going wide. They have to make sure that they cover the net at every single opportunity they have, or it's just an obvious double tap chance. Alpha, though, from the backboard, clears it long. We have under 2 minutes left on the clock. I can do that maths, nice and easy. And Mark is going to try and extend their lead.
Yeah, well, at the moment, there are 7 shots for Team BDS and only 2 for Team Vitality. And I think this is one of those games where the shot statistics are fairly fair about what sort of game we've been seeing here. Team BDS all over Vitality. K-Dop saves another shot from Extra coming in, and then Extra makes sure that K-Dop lands on him to make it as difficult as possible to get back into that rotation. Vitality trying to send it long, but Team BDS are always there. This is, though, a rare foray into the blue half for them.
And it's a chance that's going to need to be taken as well. Mark is such an awkward touch away from Alpha, trying to get the touch in the middle as well. With a shot on target, then Monkey Moon will be forced to save it away to the right-hand side. Mark whiffs it alongside Fairy Peak. Monkey Moon and K-Dop then both challenging against each other. It's just being pinged at the backboard of Vitality, with BDS members every now and then going up. So not quite giving away their full decision-making. So not every single chance on the backboard is being taken. But that just means that every single play is still open to interpretation.
What I would say, though, credit to Vitality, they're having to have a defensive game, but they have only conceded once. They've kept this one equal after their goal against the run of play earlier. They haven't collapsed when it perhaps would have been easier to do so, and they've given themselves a chance with 30 seconds left of stealing this second game.
That was a great decision from Extra, not to use any of that boost either, and will get the pass towards him. This all began from Extra in the air, because he could have boosted into that 50, but he knew that his path was absolutely perfect. Waited, received the pass from Monkey Moon, and then used that 25 boost that he saved in the air. That is Extra's game management down to absolute perfection, and BDS do get the lead.
Monkey Moon made that so difficult to save as well, because he put it right in the spot where it was half a shot, but also half a pass for Extra, and Extra did the rest, and now Mark by 8 might be able to set him up again. Oh no, he sets K-Dop up instead! Extra gets the goal, but it's K-Dop who had the last touch.
Oh, that's not a top play. Scratch this one, Gibbs. Mark thought, so K-Dop thought that Mark's going to get the touch there, so K-Dop keeps going in for the challenge. Did not read for a second that Mark would miss it, and so tabs it in himself. Extra will be credited with the goal, but K-Dop, the clear assister.
Yeah, Extra, according to history, has a hat-trick in this game, but those of us who are here right now, we know what really happened. It was K-Dop's face looking now as red as his car. A little bit embarrassed after that own goal, and I said at the start of this game, perhaps foolishly, even if Team BDS win this second game, I'm not terrified for Vitality. You know, obviously the chance of any reverse sweep is always rare, but they were in, they were fighting with them, going toe-to-toe. The second game, though, it got away from them even before that third goal.
But just think about right now the mentality on K-Dop's shoulders as that team captain with Fairy. It's to just make sure that they get through in this one series. Otherwise, they drop to the lowers and they have to play another one.
Yeah, they have to play that other one against Team Queso, who have beaten White Demons by 3 games to 0. And we all know how good Team Queso are when they're popping off and getting sweeps. So a team that none of these guys will want to face, but I would suspect least of all Vitality. So they have to do some damage right here and right now. They're capable of it, but not with Alpha hitting the ball backwards. This series just has a risk of falling into one of those, another one of those instances where you think Vitality could have done more. They have to fix that.
I do think that accidental break has done them well, though, because it does mean that in the end, they've had just a little bit of a mental reset. And it does mean that they will be able to think it through just a touch more and then see how they can try and just win a game versus BDS. But I think BDS are pretty solid. They'll probably close it out here. It's going to be exciting either way. The first minute has gone without instant, however. And Alpha uses 100 boost to clear it only as far as Monkey Moon, but with Fairy P taking a shot on there. K-Double gets removed on the backfield, and the attack for BDS can be countered.
Extra, though, with another couple of linking touches. These are such a good series, involved in everything that BDS have done. But it's Vitality that end up winning that race to the ball. It's Fairy Peak, and he gets Vitality going.
Striking first with such Frosty as well. It was Marbella who came up for the challenge, and just the nose of his car couldn't quite get there. He had 0 boost by the end of that play. Fairy Peak just had a little bit more, could clear it past the attacker, and in the end, Vitality, they get the first goal.
He's certainly in scoring form, is Fairy Peak. That is, by my count, his 4th of the series so far. So he'll be feeling confident, be feeling good, at least in an attacking sense. But it's very different when Extra is coming back. You got to defend against him. Fairy Peak and Alpha, 2 of them needed, and that's a good touch from K-Double until Mark by 8 comes steaming in. Here's Extra, keeping it going. Monkey Moon wants to close down K-Double. He lets him go, and then K-Double's odd little doink towards Alpha. Not sure if he meant it, but it worked out, at least for a second, okay, until the pass comes in. And that's a better block from Fairy Peak.
BDS attempting to get that carbon copy of a goal versus Vitality. So Alpha will touch it over the top. Monkey Moon with a touch central, and just look at these little floating touches coming out from both of the teams. Onto the backboard, Alpha will only find Monkey Moon. He sends it back towards Alpha. Nobody there for Vitality. And the defense looking a little bit scrambly for BDS.
Yeah, it is. But last time in game number 2, this is what happened. And Vitality held out for about 8 or 9 shots. And then as soon as Extra got that double tap off the backboard, actually it wasn't a double tap, it was a read from a Mark by 8 assist. The Vitality defense really crumbled. So point 1, survive as long as you can before conceding. Point 2, if you do concede, don't immediately concede 2 more after that for Vitality.
It's good notes, to be fair. I hope that's on the whiteboard at Vitality headquarters to make sure they don't be conceding all of those goals.
Very, very true. Well, it sounds silly, though, but you can concede one and then suddenly your concentration can slip for a second. They have to avoid that. Doubling up their lead would be a great thing if Alpha can do so. It was close to the backboard. Vitality on the ascendancy and a goal up. We've not seen this before.
So much continued pressure from Vitality here, too. A shot on target as well from K-Dop. Fairy Pig assisting in the back line with both the ball touch and the bump.
Yeah, brilliant play. It was that semi-touch there from Fairy Peak. He actually did get the touch and then just blocked Extra from retreating and getting the save. And Vitality have a little bit of daylight to play with.
2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline in Rocket League, though, because it's enough to feel a little bit comfortable, but it's not enough to actually be comfortable. So Vitality still need to be on full guard, still be attacking, because so far, the danger will be that they just let it slip a touch, and they don't quite manage to hold on and play how they have been.
Great save from Alpha. Fairy Peak's miss really put Vitality in trouble there. What I would say, Stumpy, is that for all the mistakes that Vitality might make in the next minute and 45 seconds, underestimating Team BDS will not be it. This team will be on high alert, even when 1 second is left and there's 2 goals the difference and they can't possibly lose. They'll still worry that somehow BDS will find a way, but they can't keep this one out, can they? They have with Mark by 8. What an attempt, though, from K-Dot.
Oh, that post bounce is so good for BDS. It comes out awkwardly as well for any attacking players coming in to get the rebound. But now BDS will be coming in for the attack. Marby sends it towards Extra, then gets bumped out of the way. But Monkey Moon high again with only a minute remaining. It's going to need to be BDS pushing as hard as they possibly can.
Vitality are doing some good disruption of the BDS defense. Pretty brave in there, playing in front of the ball and going for the man instead of the ball. Obviously, it's risky when BDS can come back and counter-attack you at any second. Fairy Peak flops his way to miss the ball there. Monkey Moon comes forward and Caleb closes him down quickly. Might play it into the center. Fairy Peak goes long, as simple as he can. 2 goals, 45 seconds.
There's a lot of very direct shots coming out from BDS. Not trying to go for any link-up plays. It almost seems like the bumps are top priority, but the bumps aren't coming out, so the easy shots aren't quite working.
Another save there from K-Dot. Vitality have made some good ones from this one, and then Alpha. He's had a relatively unremarkable series, but when he gets a chance, this is what he does.
Faking the musty as well is dirty. Extra had no chance saving that because either that ball absolutely flies into the crossbar and goes bar down ski. Instead, he took it low, taps it below Extra, and that is a beautiful goal. Vitality winning this game number 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see them go for a couple more as well. At least get one more. I also want to see Fairy Peak stop missing the ball, by the way, because there's now 2 goals in it. It came from another Fairy Peak miss. There have been a few.
They have. It's very uncharacteristic too because he's normally such a player that is, firstly, really good at Rocket League LoL, and secondly, is one of the most controlled players that you will ever see in this game. But you're right, he's been a little bit iffy, a little bit off, I would say.
Yeah. Which is odd because he's had a good series and he's been scoring, but I think he's trying to play too quickly. Maybe that's potentially what it is. He wants to up the pace of Vitality, and if that means he does fling himself at it and miss it, then that's okay, because at worst, you might concede the goal from 3-0 up, but at best, you want to surprise Team BDS, and restart meant they had to restart. So that was their poor game, and now we go back to normal, and BDS win this one 5-0.
Maybe. Hopefully they're all incredible goals as well. We'll see. Cade up in the back line will be following it up on the left-hand wall. With 50 boost, he can get it over towards Monkey Moon. He'll then try and find Mark by 8. So a couple, at least starting off early with the passing intentions. But I was saying last game that there were the passes that weren't coming in ended up being foregone for the middle player going for a bump, and then any player that was going for the shot just putting a weak easy shot on target. But if the bump doesn't come out, that's just an easy save. So will BDS change it up from there?
I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. If I'm them, I'm not changing anything because I know that Team Vitality will part at times. They've got a goal, they've got a lead, and it's marked by 8, and it's pretty easy.
That's an unbelievably aggressive rotation from Gate up there too, where he's the last man back. You see marked by 8 going up. You know he is. Even if he's not already up, you know he has full intentions of doing so. Just head back. Head to the net. You can save it away, take the touch, or flick it high. Instead, he reckons he can outspeed the speediest team in the world.
Easy to say in hindsight, though, because, you know, to beat the speediest team in the world, you have to at least challenge them and pressure them. That's what Kato was thinking, but on that occasion, it didn't work out. Second time, almost luckier. Marked by 8's clearance up in the up the wall a little bit. And now he can come forward with the ball. There's a fake against Fairy Peak. Extra, does he fake out Kato? I thought he might have done there. Instead, it's a 50-50 that sets Extra up off the wall. So comfortable from the wall. Here's that young man. There's a shot coming in from Marked by 8. And K-Dub sends it out wide.
Great positioning from K-Dub too. To be on the backboard and being able to save it away from the top corner is perfection. Isn't able to, the shot isn't able to come in at a particularly better place either.
Alpha up against Extra. Just going down that line. Monkey Moon's going to try and find Mark by 8. He adjusted to a pass on the fly there. Brilliant readjustment. But Fairy Peak gets a dunk. Now, what can he do with it? Does he have reinforcements in the center? And can he get the ball to them? The answer to question 1 might have been yes. But question 2, unfortunately for Vitality, was a no.
Good touch from Extra. Clears it long. K-Dub learning from his past discretions and will just rotate back towards the net. Monkey Moon goes in for the 50, does get it past him. Fairy Peak with a decent amount of boost. But that touch from Alpha is really perfect.
I don't know how much he meant about it, but it worked really well, just wrapping the ball round the map and avoiding the goal line. Vitality have managed to keep themselves in this one. They could have collapsed after conceding that first goal by being outpaced, but they're giving themselves a foothold, something to play with, a target to achieve. But they have to get some of these wins here. Alpha was just beaten to that ball by Extra. Fairy Peak was the recipient, but Extra's up. He's going to beat Kate up again here from the ceiling. Stumpy, you'll love this if it goes in, but it's charged down by Alpha, and no ceiling assist for you, my friend.
Instead, it's going to be flying central from Alpha's pass as Extra will be coming up from his own goal line. As half of the game has elapsed, and so Extra lands to the floor with an absolute thud. That's what it sounded like.
There it goes. K-Dub has a Fairy Peak in the middle. He's got so much boost as well. What can K-Dub do with it? It doesn't matter, because Marked by 8 takes out Fairy Peak, and that attack ends with a third.
Shutting down those passing opportunities is huge, and Extra with a decent chance on there. Good touch from Monkey Moon, but he does go above the net. Marked by 8 not wanting to rotate in too close. Instead, Monkey Moon now can turn and will get the first touch on this. Goes low as well, leaves it to Extra. Now it's Monkey Moon versus K-Dub.
Whoa, K-Dot was so nearly faked out. He was watching Monkey Moon for as long as he possibly could do before committing. And K-Dot just about got a chunk of the ball. Did well in the end, in fact. Now he wants to charge down extra and does it. Alpha needs to be coming a little bit quicker than that. K-Dot gets in the way of Mark by 8. Smart play from K-Dot. He's done so much work there. Alpha can shoot. It was also done by K-Dot, but the quality of the dribble was an Alpha 54.
What an absolutely exemplary shot that ended up being. Just over the top of both defenders and threading the needle to the backside of the goal. That is the equalizer vitality needed, and it's the confidence provided by Alpha 54 to go for the 1v2.
He's their wild card. If any Vitality player is capable of threading the needle past multiple BDS defenders, it's going to be Alpha, but surely they're not going to concede straight off the kickoff. That would have been heartbreak for Vitality fans. It was saved by a combination of them again. Vitality's goal line defense, such a powerful asset that they have. But Team BDS, we know what they can do when they start to put this squeeze on, which they're going to be doing for the rest of this game. They're keeping that territory till Fairy Peak can go along. But look, Mark by 8 or Monkey Moon could have had that one. Caleb tries to charge it down, but it's BDS attack after attack right now.
Another bump in the net from Monkey Moon. Leaves extra going back because nobody wanted to challenge it in the midfield. As that floats high, Alpha with the first man to touch it. Extra to send it long. Mark by 8 to tap it on. Will Monkey Moon be there for the follow-up? Instead, Fairy Peak is able to get there. As this ball rolls down, is this going to be red? No, it is not! And Alpha 54 whiffing on the backboard.
Vitality always love to stack men in the goal, and usually it works out. But on that occasion, Alpha has to go to the backboard. There is only one place that pass or shot or whatever it was going to be was going to go. And it was onto the backboard, and it wasn't covered, and BDS had their lead.
It was a great play for the midfield to send it to that position, and with BDS ahead, if these 30 seconds pass without any incident or anything going in favour of BDS, then it will be their win for the series. K-Dot to the left will find Alpha with 50 boost. Fairy Peak moves central, flops to the floor, Extra takes control. It now becomes Nerve City for Vitality.
Yeah, BDS absolutely love this, although Alpha does take out Monkey Moon, maybe allowing one more clearance to set up a chance, but Extra's not going to let that happen. He has had a fantastic series, and he's not letting Vitality escape again, though. However, that one might have backfired. How's Monkey Moon's touch? It's not quite good enough. Vitality keep it alive.
For that entire 30 seconds, it was just waiting in the back, and Alpha will keep it up. Extra with a nose to it. K-Dot will be the first man there, keeps it high, will find Fairy Peak, sends it long onto the backboard. Monkey Moon needs the touch there. Alpha's working his way in. Mark by 8 touches. Fairy Peaks keep it up.
This is ridiculous. Vitality refusing to die. How much boost do they have? There's a 50-50 challenge. Mark by 8 gets a touch. No! Fairy Peak still keeps it up. But in the end, it's blocked down. Vitality are straight out of there. They've seen enough. Team BDS ascend yet again. Make it to our playoffs without losing a game in the knockout gauntlet. A series, sorry, in the knockout gauntlet.
I mean, we doubted them. We shouldn't have done. It's BDS. For Vitality,